Do you know how to automate your Databricks tasks sequentially and in parallel with easy steps? Hello and welcome back to VJ Tech Talks. In the last session, we learned how to register CSV files as a Delta table and load them into our bronze layer. In today's episode, we will explore how to automate those tasks, execute them either sequentially or in parallel. Depends on the our project requirement. Let's get started. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe and support me. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with my latest. Let's do a quick review what we have done in the earlier session. In the catalog, we have bronze layer, right? We have a couple of schemas under this and default informative schema and metadata tables. We have a bronze audit and the volumes we have and Netflix and each component, each schema and another each schema and the tables we already discussed in detail. Why do we need all these things? Why checkpoints are required? Why schemas are required? What is the use of landing files? If you haven't watched my previous video, please do watch how we achieved this task. Here I have a folder. These are all the configuration we have done as part of our Netflix data engineering end-to-end implementation. And these are the configuration we did. I have placed these code snippets in my GitHub repository. I will leave that link as well in the description. You can feel free to access these code snippets from there. And the next one, what we have even how to discover, how to identify the unknown file, something which is not registered with our schemas. Why do we need this? And already we discussed. And see, just understand that why do we need this one. Try to watch my earlier session so that you will get the knowledge on this one as well. And the last foremost, and this is the main core logic we have developed, and reading the data from the metadata configurations and find the correct CSV file pattern, the schemas and all. Then we are loading that one into the landing, and then after that we will write that those files into the bronze table and as a delta format, and we are just updating the audit logs for the further references. That's what we have done, right? Let's get started now. As I said that in today's episode, we'll try to understand these are the steps we have done from our end and how we can automate these all the steps. These are all manual steps, right? Here, if you look at these visits, here I'm passing the dataset name based on our metadata configuration, and as well as here I'm giving the file name, right? So what I want to do in this today's episode is just how we can automate all these tasks, whatever we have done, right? The simple thing, just go to the jobs and pipelines, click on, I have created one job for us. Just let me show you. We will start from the scratch. And this is the job and ETL pipeline and ingestion pipeline. See, based on your requirement, you should opt these options, right? Job is something that we can automate all the notebooks if you have it, and queries or anything. If you are writing something, the code snippet in your workspace, that can be automated with the help of jobs. And ingestion pipelines is pretty much declarative pipelines, right? The declarative pipeline, directly you are connecting to the sources and then you're bringing the data. And now, if for our scenario, we developed our code in the notebooks. Now I will refer those notebooks. I will automate my task. Our task is very simple, isn't it? Like, what we have first. Let me show you quickly. Here, basically configure. The config is something that this is for one time road, right? We will not configure every time, like, whenever we require it. That's not the case, right? Like a metadata configuration, audit configuration, whatever it is, right? The configuration can be done in any project. It's only once in lifetime, right? When you require, we may customize, we may change, but the configuration, the initial stage of any project, we will do that, right? That's what we did in our project. An unknown file, this portion, what exactly does is, like, it will just read the file. It will try to understand based on our configurations, like whether this is already configured, it's a known file or unknown file, something which is newly arrived. That's what we are going to identify with the help of this notebook. Then last, this one is basically, it is delta, right? It's a delta format. Just we are storing the tables, isn't it? That's what we have, these three steps, right? Now those three steps, what we are trying to do is This one, as I said, that is a one-time setup. It's already we did. It's no need of any automation for this. And this unknown file and load folders as a delta, and this we required automation. These two, right? Every time, whenever you are executing the pipeline, whenever you are executing end to end, just first identify the unknown files, then load those files into our bronze layer, register as a delta table, right? So this is what we are going to do now. So let me click on jobs. Here it is asking you add your first task. Which one is our first task? The first task is very simple, right? This task is to identify unknown files. This is what we need, right? Just we are trying to discover is it unknown or not. Now, is it notebooks or Python script or which one? DBT model, notebook. Obviously, we don't. This is the source of a workspace, right? And we are not bringing from any Git provider or anything. Now, path of that file, where exactly it is located? Under my name, Netflix NTN. Here we have configurations are not required. Now this is the one we need first. That's all. We're not passing. Do we need any parameters for this one? Quickly we can review also. Do we need any parameters or not? Let me go to that. Unknown. Do you need any parameters here? This notebook is expecting any formatter from us? No, not really, right? You don't need to supply any parameter for this. The next. So now, and then now I would like to add another task. Okay, let me think. Just save and continue. We'll see. Add a task. Again, it's a notebook, right? And this notebook, now we will fix. Just I'm writing it as a Netflix load. Now, just select this. This is our autoloader ingestion step, right? Now, this file definitely we need a parameters. What parameters you need? You must supply. Let me go to that. If you look at this one, it expects this file expects two parameters. One, dataset name. Then other one is source name. Source name is nothing but it's a whatever you have registered in your metadata, those things it is expecting. Whatever you have registered in the metadata, this is the stuff. If you look at this step, see, this is source type is Netflix and dataset name is this one. It's a file name, movie reviews and stock history and title, and as well as show details, show movie, all these things it is expecting like a dataset name. Let's copy this. What is the parameter you are expecting? Copy this and go here and add the dataset name. What is our dataset name? Anything that's fine. Anything you can copy. Okay. And next dataset, what is expecting? This one is across all the tasks is common, right? The source name. The source name is what is the source name? We are playing with Netflix, right? The source is Netflix. That's it. You can create. Now this is created. The similar way, you can add more tasks. Like how many tasks you need? 6 tasks can be added, right? 6 tasks can be added. If you look at here, and once it is succeeded, see, if you look at here clearly, what is the dependency it has? This task, there is no dependency. Before this task, there are no tasks at all, right? Look at this one. Unknown files. The previous task has to be passed. It has to be passed, then this will execute. If in case of this task is failed, this will never execute. That's what the dependency we set here. If you look at here, depends on the previous task, right? All succeeded. What if I add this like this sequentially? If I add sequentially one after another like this, one after another, I said that if I add another task like this, if I add another task, one more task like that, what happens? Every time it will pull up the resources. This will until this finish. This will never execute, right? Because you have to set the dependency and also you have to set the status of the previous task. So based on that, this will execute, right? If you have a sequential steps, don't you think that it takes a lot of compute power and this is wait time is more. It take a lot of time to complete all your tasks, isn't it? In which scenario workflow is suitable? In which scenario? Basically, let's imagine that there is a tightly coupled dependencies. It means like, let's say it's if you're working on a financial project, that until you complete all the transactions, commit transactions, and also until you complete all the adjustments, you don't want to generate the final table. Those kind of scenarios, those kind of scenarios, high sensitive data, if you're handling with if you're working on the high sensitive data, that's completely this task is relying on this previous task. Those kind of scenarios, we can go for the sequential steps. In our scenario, there is no dependency between the files, right? There are no dependencies between these files because it's a initial layer, right? It's an initial layer. Just we are reading file, we are writing that data into the bronze layer and register it as a delta table. That's what we are trying to do here, right? So what we can do is, here also you can just type Netflix movie, let's say. Let me take that file one more time. I'll show you what you. Here also you can pass the parameter. For now, just I'm not creating any parameter, but parameters are required here. So now what I can do is, just I'm changing, instead of this earlier task, what I'm doing is this file. Now, how this will execute now, this time. This is parallel step. See, parallelly this will execute. The moment it finished, this is mandatory because it should identify the whether this file is registered or not, it's a new file or not. That's what it does. Once it is completed, if successfully completed, then if you add more tasks like this, all tasks parallelly with a single compute, that's what it's going to do. As soon as possible, this will complete. If you have a sequential step, as I said, that until it finishes the previous step, it won't move to the next task. I hope it is clear when to go for sequential, when to go for parallel. We are executing parallelly all the tasks because there is no dependency between the files. But there is a dependency on one task. That task is just it has to discover whether this given file is newly arrived or already registered with the our metadata. That's what we should do. Now, let's move on to the our job. As I said that I have already created, right? So these are the tasks. See, this is typical. This is how it looks like. If you look at here, this is how it looks like. See, this we have 6 files and 6 parallelly. Those 6 parallelly this will execute. Each one it has the similar what we have done the similar way. That depends on the discovered unknown files and all succeeded, and the source is Netflix. Source name is Netflix and dataset name is what I need. This will read the data from based on our notebook configuration, based on our notebook logic. This will reach the data from the meta store. Then this will write data into the our bronze layer. Let me try to run now. We'll see what's going to happen. You run. Look at here. The duration, it's spinning up and trying to execute. I would highly recommend you to watch before continuing with this video, the earlier video, so that you will get the clear understanding of what exactly we are trying to do here. Now, all our tasks are failed. Well, quickly, we'll review why this is failed. Do one thing. Let me quickly try to identify the query history happening. Everything is updated, which looks like, hey, looks like we don't have any problem. Only the problem with, yes, branch configurations. There is an issue with the branch configuration. Means that delta concurrent append dot row level conflict. Hey, this pretty much it's configuration related stuff, and I think this is not nothing to do with our actual raw data ingestion. This is something that it is trying to update some of the conflict on the column level commits. That's fine. I don't think so there is an issue in terms of writing our data. Let's okay. I will figure it out. Like what exactly the error is this. This all about this configuration, the metadata branch configuration issue. This nothing to do with our actual raw data ingestion. Let me click on catalog. We'll click on branch. Then we'll try to click on Netflix. See, just review the sample data here. for all the table, whether it's really we have data or not, for all 6 points. Yeah, so we have a data for titles as well. Just click on sample data. We'll try. We have data. There is no issue with the data. There's some issue with the configuration table. I think there is a conflict. I will look into that. Talk about this one in the next video. And I hope you learned something out of this video. Let me quickly summarize what we learned in today's video. Okay, if you have any doubts, feel free to comment in the video and I will respond as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and support me. See you in the next video. Until then, see you. Bye-bye.